Happy Tuesday, everyone! And today we're gonna read a Magic Tree as Merlin Mission book, 15 Leprechaun and Late Winter. And today we're gonna start reading at chapter 5, A Fireside Tale. Not a fairy tale, it's a fireside tale. And today we're going to start reading at chapter 5 and the Anna reading at chapter 6, okay? And maybe we're going to be Anna reading at the story today. And now, already read this one book with a lot of stories. And now here we go. And first you can read is the Magic Tree as Merlin Mission book, 15 Leprechaun and Late Winter, chapter 5, A Fireside Tale. "Hello, Mary," said Orchestra. She kissed the old woman on her wrinkled cheek, with the firelight on her face. Mary seemed to glow. Her warm sun cottage was opposite to the big house. It smelled of damp leaves and moss. Bread and chocolate firelight danced on the earthen floor of the stone walls. Rain had dripped through the roof, pinging down to the couple of the dim buckets. "And who do we have here, Miss Orchestra?" Mary asked. "Two poor children from town," said Orchestra. "I want you to tell them about me, how I truly love the poor people and try to help them." Mary smiled. "Please sit down first," she said. Jack and Annie and Orchestra sat down on the 3 wicker wooden chairs. "Would you children like some hot cocoa?" Mary asked. Jack and Annie nodded eagerly. "Yes, please, Mary," said Orchestra. "But would you tell them?" "Yes, I will tell them all about you," said Mary. She picked up a pot sitting on the hearth. She poured steaming cocoa into 3 mugs and handed them to Jack and Annie and Orchestra. The cocoa smelled delicious. Jack took a sip and licked his lips. "Yum," he said, and his insides had felt warm for the first time all the day. "Now, Mary," said Orchestra, "in time, my children." "Oh, in time, my child," Mary said to the Orchestra. "Tell me, what have you been doing today?" "I've delivered the cakes in town," Orchestra said proudly. "And then I found these poor children in our kitchen looking for work. I've tried to help them, but they say I am snobby. I brought them here so you could tell them the truth about me." "Ah, I see, Miss Orchestra. How did you try to help them?" said Mary. "I've tried to discover what they're good for," said Orchestra, "but it appears they're good for nothing." "Really?" Mary fixed up her twinkly eyes to Jack and Annie. "Well, let's start with this, children. Tell something you like to do." "No, wait. What do you love to do?" Well, I love to read," said Jack. "And write," said Annie. "Read and write," said Orchestra. "I don't think so." Mary ignored Orchestra and kept looking at Jack and Annie. "What do you like to read and write?" said Mary. "Facts mostly," said Jack. "True stories." "And Jack have read facts all the time," said Annie. "Honestly, Mary," said Orchestra. "Soon they be telling they were actors too and have her filmed by the William Shakespeare. Can we talk about me now?" "Actually, that's true," Jack said to Mary. "We were in the Midsummer Night's Dream. Annie and our fairies and I had strange fright, but real William Shakespeare himself," said Annie. "We helped me get over it," said Jack. He looked at the straight Orchestra. Orchestra rolled her eyes. Was so nice," said Annie. "And smart," said Jack. "Of course he was," said Mary. You can tell that from her stories. Oh, please stop, don't tell Mary those children ridiculous things, said Augusta. What about me, Mary? Wait, child, I have a question for them, said Mary, and she had leaned forward and spoke in a whisper. Where is Summer? Can you answer me that? Mary's question doesn't make sense, Jack replied. I don't know. Do you know where Summer is, Mary? Said Annie. Summer is hiding with a tree, said Mary, laughing. The tree? What's that? Dad, said Annie, surely you must know she, said Mary. That's what Irish call our fairies. In the winter, she still the movement of the sunshine leaving to the supper with the cold rain. Annie laughed too. So you have played the parts of the fairies in the play by the Shakespeare, said Mary. They're just like our sheep. Have you been to she here in Ireland? Mary, Augusta said impatiently. Not yet, said Annie. That's a shame, said Mary. That's shame, said Mary. I've seen them. That's a true story. She looked at Jack and Annie and smiled. With facts, you might want to write them down. Oh, sure, said Jack. He pulled his notebook and pencil out of his pocket. Augusta looked surprised, and Mary leaned close to Jack and Annie again. Her eyes were shining and her voice was hushed. One day long ago, a lonely young girl took a walk to the old forest, said Mary. All was still until joyful music began to coming from the hidden wood. Jack loved Mary of a way telling of the story, and he wrote it down. Old forest, all still joyful music, hidden wood. Augusta frowned. So I guess you can ride, she muttered. Suddenly they came with a spinning wind, said Mary, and the cloud so bright and beam of the light powered over to the river. And Jack quickly wrote, spinning wind, bright cloud, beam of the light of river. And they came rumbling and thundering, exclaimed Mary. Mary, said Augusta, you sound like impatient, but Mary kept talking. Some with the wings and some horses of white, queens and kings in robes and gowns of the colors of the summer, fall, winter, and spring. Jack wrote, some with wings, white horses, queens, kings, as they galloped off the circle behind the sword, said Mary. And that they have swift to the lonely girl, as they carried across the river and the secret hollow chill, and had a gun inside and had become to the very small scene many world size. Jack wrote, take lonely girl, hollow of hill of she, wondrous of size. And Jack had looked off the notebook, waiting for the Mary going on. And when she spoke again, her voice was very soft. But girl grew afraid, ran home instead. Mary sat back to the chair and closed his eyes. The only sound like a cottage was crackling to the fire and pinning of the rain into the thin buckets. Mary, Annie said softly, are you the girl in the story? Mary opened her eyes. I will never tell, she said. Oh, Mary, said Augusta, such tales. She turned to Jack and Annie. Mary still believes in the impossible. I surely do, said Mary. Every night I leave a bit of the milk on the window wells of the shade, and I leave the crumbs on my door, and they eat them too. Mary, the birds eat the crumbs, said Augusta. Yeah, birds are hungry also, said Mary, but she picked up the crumbs first. At the twilight they steal across the river from the hiding hollow hills as but just as the old fisherman of the country Galway, of the farmers and nursemaids. And Augustra shook her head sadly. Mary, only simple mindfolk still believe in such things, she said. Inducted people know that's true. And that's not true. No, child, said Mary. They only know what they think is true. Augustra straightened her shoulders. Well, we should be going now, Mary, she said. So, could you please tell the children truth about me now? Yes, said Mary. She turned to Jack and Annie. Do children have names? Jack smiled. As the first time today anyone asked them their names. Yes, our name is Jack and Annie, said Annie. Well, Jack and Annie, thank you for coming to visit today. I can tell you they're very special, said Mary. What about me, Mary? Augustra said. Am I special? Yes, child, you are, said Mary. She turned to Jack and Annie. Augustra is special too, but in a different way. How am I different, Mary? Said Augustra. You try very, very hard to be good, but you are very smart, but you, Mary sobbed. What, Mary, I what? Said Augustra. You're not happy, said Mary, and that breaks my heart. Augustra's eyes full with the tears. Augustra, don't cry, said Annie. She reached off the Augustra's hand, but the girl stepped back. Augustra wiped her eyes. That's silly. I'm happy enough. I know I've never been she, and I never will. But I don't care anymore. And if you like this miserable kids more than like me, Mary, well, that's fine. Augustra went to the door and opened it. The damp air swabbed inside and rushed off the cottage. Drove the door open doorway. Jack and Annie could see Augusta's red cape flying behind her. Now it's chapter 6. A Late Winter Daydream is a very, very sad story. And maybe tomorrow I'll be getting new book and new stories, okay? And now, did you have fun? You lost English country. We come back with some new book and new stories. It's just maybe, okay? Now, bye-bye, everybody, and have a nice day. Bye. Oh, wait. Please don't visit my YouTube. Now, bye-bye, everyone. Have a nice day. Bye.